Welcome back. Some of my favorite interviews are with authors right here on Park City Television. And recently I had the opportunity to speak with author Terry Libenson about her new book called Remarkably Ruby. She has a whole series of books that my kids have absolutely loved. You can see it's nice graphic novels. Talk to her about this new book, Remarkably Ruby, how long it takes for her to write and illustrate these, and much more. So let's take a look.
Middle school is tough and can test friendships. And there is a new book called Remarkably Ruby. Today I'm speaking with award-winning author and cartoonist Terry Libenson. Terry, thanks so much for joining us today. How are you?
Thank you so much. I am doing very well. Thanks.
Now, this book is the newest installment of the beloved Emmy and Friends series. So tell me a little bit about the series and this new installment.
Sure. So the series features so far 6 books, and they all take place in the Lakefront Middle School universe, as I call it. I rotate characters, which keeps the writing very interesting and challenging for myself, and I absolutely love it. You could read the books either in order or as standalone. Either way is fine. So I started writing Invisible Emmy. That was my first book. I just wanted to sort of use the voice of myself as a 12 or 13-year-old. I remember all those feelings I had back then. So I just started writing from there, and luckily a story form. And then after Invisible Emmy, I started rotating the characters around. I used her best friend, Brianna. I've used some background characters. And they all just deal with like friendship and relationship challenges, family life, lots of, reoccurring themes like being excluded or bullying, a lot of universal middle school stuff. And I try and keep the stories fairly layered because there's a lot of subtleties surrounding that kind of stuff. But Ruby features a background character, kind of a humorous background character. She's always running to the bathroom in the background in my other books, and she's nicknamed Baked Bean Girl. But this time I fleshed her out. I gave her her own story. She definitely deserved it. So it's her and a new made-up character named Mia, and the story revolves around their ex-friendship, this relationship where one has moved on and the other really has not. So it talks about those dynamics. It also revolves around a brand new poetry club that's formed at school, also a class election, lots of new friendships, lots of interesting challenges and dynamics, and friendship and relationship issues. So it's got it all.
Now, you mentioned that you remember feelings that you had when you were that age. Where else do you draw inspiration from when you're writing about these characters and their adventures?
Sure. Well, definitely some of my own experiences. The first book actually features a very embarrassing incident that took place when I was in 5th grade. It's loosely based on that. So it was very cathartic to write. But also sometimes it's just me remembering my friendships. It's also about my daughter's experiences. I have 2 daughters. When I first began the series, my younger daughter was in 7th grade. And she kind of helped me with creating these initial stories and giving me feedback. My older daughter had this terrible incident that happened to her in 8th grade. She's given me permission to talk about it, and it dealt with exclusion, and that became the focus of my 3rd book, Just Jamie. My 4th book features a bat mitzvah. So I just kind of took my own experiences as well as my daughter's, and because that situation is just rife with a lot of fun, challenges in and of itself. So it's a lot of reoccurring things, and I definitely try and pick up some from life. Other things I kind of make up, but I don't know. It's just because I remember so much about how I felt when I was that age. I think it comes from a pretty authentic place.
My daughter loved your books when she was in middle school, especially Positively Izzy. She's in high school now, so I can speak from experience that you really do know how to relate to these kids. What do you hope Remarkably Ruby what do you hope readers will take away from that? I know you can't always dictate, but are there any certain lessons or experiences that you're hoping after these young readers read it that they'll come away with?
Sure. Well, first and foremost, I try and make the books as relatable as possible, and that does mean trying to write as authentically as I can. So I want readers to know that they're not alone in this. I think that's really important. I wish I had, oh my gosh, the graphic novels and illustrated novels and just regular prose novels for this age group has just exploded in the past many years. And oh, I wish I had those kind of books to help me navigate middle school. And I think that's what I'm trying to do. Just make these books sort of, like as readers' friends, something that can just help them feel like they're not alone and can maybe help them navigate different situations. So that's my ultimate goal, as well as just to entertain and make them laugh too.
And we're also excited about Remarkably Ruby. But that being said, do you have more plans for the series?
I do. I actually just wrote the 7th book, so that's going pretty well right now. I actually finished writing the first draft, and I started doing what I call the rough illustrations, like pencil sketches for them. I've been doing some in my hotel room, so it's a lot of fun.
That's exciting to hear. Yeah, how long does it take you to write a complete book? All the words, the illustrations, everything.
Well, it depends on the book. So I'm on a yearly deadline because one comes out each year around this time. So it usually takes me anywhere from 2 to maybe 4 months to write the book, and then probably more time to go through edits. And then I need a long time to illustrate the books, and they keep getting longer each time. I don't know why I do that to myself. I create more work as I go along, but I guess I can't help it.
Well, I just can't recommend your books enough. I know we love them in our house. Where can we get more information find out about your books and buy them and get them?
Sure, you can get them wherever books are sold. I'm a big fan of indie bookstores, so if you have any indies near you, I highly recommend going there. Plus, it's just so much fun to go to an indie bookstore. If not, Barnes and Noble sells them. You could find them online. You could find them through barnesandnoble.com, IndieBound. And I always say that I have all the links up on my website, which is terrylevinson.com, as well as a lot of other fun resources, activities, graphic novel guides. It's great for both kids and parents. And as I said, you could find links on to all the bookstores, and you could even get signed books through there as well.
Well, thank you so much, Terry Livinson, for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure talking with you. Can't wait to read Remarkably Ruby. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.